metaphorically. We are the debris, forgotten faces, never more to be. Instead of legends fighting for something that had no guarantees, living ghosts we chose to live and die as their worker bees. Why didn't we break out from their hide? Why didn't we follow our own sun to another life? Why didn't we scroll over all their flowers? Brothers and sisters, it's okay to be free. Brothers and sisters, it's time to be
Okay. Before I bring on Lee, I just want to say the What the F Boys have been going for a long, long, long time. I was saying, when are you doing your merch? When are you doing your merch? When are you doing merch? Well, they finally got some merch. And so it's here. If you go to Cafe Lockdown and scroll down, there they are. And they've got some great T-shirts and combos T-shirts and hat. It's all made in Australia by Anthony Lake in Kerrang, and they're all available now for Christmas. So anyway, let's get going. And this is Lee, the People's Pharmacist. Today we're talking about cancer. So if you have any questions that we don't ask them of Lee whilst you post them, we'll star them across, and then we'll come back to them when we have some time. So let's welcome in. Here he is, the man with two brains, Lee, the People's Pharmacist.
Yes.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Two brains and just as big a heart as well. There's
left and right hemisphere. Left and right hemisphere brain.
That's right. So So today you're starting cancer, and we're going to
Mm.
get it take it nice and slow, and hear what you've learned. So you showed me literally that your research is now becoming its own book.
Yeah. It's just that it's a lot to cover,
Mm,
and I just want to go more towards not really all the science of it, because I'll leave it to the doctors, professors, scientists,
mm,
and I more want to focus on the solutions, because this is
yeah.
where I'm good at.
And
So
tell everybody
mhm,
after this will be on our Substack, and all the tables we'll be bringing up. I'll put them all on Substack, so you can bring them up and look at them
yeah,
at your own
mm,
leisure.
yeah.
Okay, so that
So
we'll
they
do
will be
that
in
after the
substance as
show
well.
tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Today we're talking about the more on the cancer in terms of the environment of the cancer. That
Okay.
is far more important because of what has happened in the past post COVID. I mean, in general, I mean, like people already get cancer,
Hey,
but
Sharon.
now you have either the COVID infections or you're taking the
Bad enough.
injections. All of these can increase the cancer risk, and we're talking about the why, the reason behind it. So I
Okay.
use the title as when the terrain turns malignant, means that it can spread and all this, and reversing the long COVID. The long COVID has to play in as well of the cancer prone state.
Okay.
So this is what we're going to cover. It's we're going to cover the terrain. We're going to cover the understanding of the malignant terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Terrain is just the surface environment when you're talking about growing plants and all this, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you have the one that I want to maybe talk more about it is the introduction of the nutritional protocol or framework I call CSK. That is a very
CSK.
interesting one. That is a very interesting one
Oh
because
wow.
this
If
has to
you're
do with
interested, we'll be interested.
solutions. Yeah,
Yeah.
this has to do with solutions,
So
which this is an
just here,
area
as
I've been
Sharon
focusing
says,
on.
grab your pens and papers, guys, if you want to write stuff down, and it'll all be on the Substack coming up.
Mm, yeah. So okay, let me just to have a look and see in terms of today we want to talk about the virus. As you know, that the virus or the spike protein in particular, because the spike
Mm.
protein is main reason of causing almost all of the disease. By now, I think most people know about it,
Yeah.
and we're talking about how this virus previously affect our internal soil, the condition of the body, either through inflammation, through affecting your mitochondria, the powerhouse of a cell, your immune system. We talk quite a lot about it, and then affect your vascular health, even your blood vessels and all this, causing a lot of clotting issues as well. So you can see that by itself, the long COVID and all this already shift our body terrain towards more on a chronic inflammation state and immune dysregulation. These are all we've been mentioned in the past. And what we want to say also that we emphasize is we don't want to say yet to say that COVID or long COVID or injection causes cancer, because this needs to have a what they call the proof of it.
Yes.
But you can deduct yourself, of course. It doesn't mean that it doesn't cause, means that it is not involved in it, or what they
Yeah.
call link or correlation. Okay, but more important, you want to understand is certainly what you can see, it primes the system for it, your body
Okay.
whole system for it. Yeah. So what we want to see is we want to unpack how to finally is to reverse those terrain has been damaged, which we talked about in the past as well. A lot of it, all this has beneficial, but we want to
Yeah, and
focus
that's to
on
do
the
with this
area of
picture
cancer.
here. You
Yeah.
gave me the
Mm.
so we want to
The
go from this
yeah,
state,
yeah,
malignant terrain, to reversed
yeah.
healing terrain.
Mm. So you can see, literally, you can see that you can understand in general.
Sure.
So let me bring out. Can you bring out the slide one?
Sure.
Yeah. So this is the hallmark of cancer by what they found out for SARS-CoV virus itself, including spike proteins and everything. You can see that so many ways they can promote cancer. And this is the one that we want to talk about later. And you can see, let's compare another one. This is the one that I want to talk more because this is the foundation, because this affects everyone, including myself, because I'm exposed to this virus already. Okay.
Wow.
And then slide 1A. This is the
Slide 1A. Yep.
So this is the one that they are finding out. By the way, you can use the turbo cancer because they call it's not what do you call scholar. It's not a word for scholar, for the medical. So it's not recognized. But what I want to show is this is what they found. This is, by the way, from you can't get it from YouTube. You need to go to Rumble from what do you call John Campbell. I think if you follow him,
Oh, yes,
he talks a lot
yes.
about cancer recently. Actually, go and learn more about that if you really want to talk about the mRNA injections related. And you can see that some of them are overlapping, but some of them are new. But I just want to give you a hope, regardless of whether it's this one or the previous one, the terrain that when you shift, you will fix most of this stuff.
Okay.
Including immunity. You see IgG4 immune tolerance. Remember the last time we talked about?
Yeah.
Isn't that? I already
T-cell
mentioned that as well.
exhaustion.
Yeah. T-cell exhaustion is that. We talk about it as well.
Yeah.
And the spike, what do you call, suppression of the tumor suppression, P53. We talk about that. So there are a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
And other than now newer stuff, and there are a lot of stuff actually. But we just focusing on fixing the terrain. I think that's my area. But you can go to Dr. John Campbell from the Rumble. You look it up. This is one of the doctors, not doctors. This is one of the surgeons that are seeing a lot of these aggressive cancers. They are reporting this stuff. So I'll let the surgeon explain all this in the context of mRNA injections if you want to know that.
Yeah.
But we just go by just the long COVID itself because it covers everyone.
Yeah.
So that thing is a better understanding, because some people might think that, oh, they never have it like me, the injections. There are still increase of chances of it because of the exposure of the spike proteins, okay, and the virus itself.
Okay.
And okay, let's see. So now we want to talk about how the SARS or the spike protein or the virus, SARS virus, drives the cancer-like changes.
Okay.
And let me see. Can you go back to the first one?
Yep.
The long COVID. Yep. Okay. The first one we want to talk about is it starts to develop when the tumor starts to become rogue, is because it developed a way to self-sustain through a different mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
And one of it has a sustained growth signals. Cell doesn't grow infinitely. They will have a lifespan and all this, but once they can activate the sustained growth signal, they will keep growing at a faster pace.
And that's cancer.
And this is the you can say start with tumor first. Sometimes whether it can become cancerous or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So tumor is just something that it grows itself, and it is not natural, but in the body natural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and then when it starts to grow, it will start to block they call sustained proliferative signaling. That's on the top one, you can see there. So there's the one that talks about. And when it starts to do that, it causes a degradation of P53, all these tumor suppressor genes that they cannot be activated. So they suppress.
And they're the ones that would naturally kill it.
That is the tumor suppressor genes, means that when this is being activated, it will suppress the tumor growth.
Yeah.
It's on-off switch. So literally what it does is they off the switch. You can think that way. So it not only prevent it from being stopped, but it has a signal to grow itself. Yeah. And by this also, it will helps to prevent cell death, because it keeps growing and then you cannot stop it. It can alter. This is the one that's very interesting one. I didn't know much about it. It actually can enables immortality. I think most people know about cancer. It cannot die. And how it does, I never go and read about it. In this case, it actually alters the telomere regulation. Telomere, I think I mentioned before, it regulates your age of your cell. Your cell literally,
Okay.
I think, can design to divide for a certain period until they become old or they become replaced. So this immortality they achieve by stopping the telomere shortening or lengthening them become longer. There are two ways, because the every time your cell divide your telomere, which is your the chromosome, the area of one of chromosome area, there is a telomere, the cap of the X at the end of it. You know, there's chromosome X. Actually, I put a picture. And then the end of the X, there is a cap actually, that's called telomere. Every time it divides, the telomere shortens. But if you have the immortality being activated, they doesn't shorten,
And so you
or
can
it can
say
lengthen. It's interesting thing.
it can lengthen.
Yeah, or lengthen them again. And they call this fountain of youth enzyme by typically activating the enzyme telomerase.
Yeah, wow.
So it's very interesting. Cancer can do that.
Yeah.
Uh, and this is how they enable immortality. And then once it starts to grow that way, they will also stimulate, because when your tumor grow large enough, it cannot based on local nutrients. It needs to get more nutrients with like just a city. When you grow a city become larger, you need a bigger infrastructure like a highway or stuff to
Yes,
gather
yes.
more resources. So it will start to stimulate angiogenesis, means that it creates a new blood vessels grow,
Yeah.
and then that tumor will become even bigger.
Yeah.
This is the general in terms of how cancer grow, but this spike protein, this SARS-CoV virus can promote all this. And then, of course, it will have the reprogramming of how it makes energy. It uses less oxygen. It actually is shift to what they call glycolysis. Aerobic glycolysis means that it uses less oxygen to produce energy, and it kind of like fermentation.
Okay.
It does in the process like ferment. It produce lactic acids.
Yeah.
It's a primitive way of producing energy because it
Yeah.
doesn't require proper oxygen. That's why the cancer
Primitive but
cell,
effective.
the cancer cells are very hypoxic state.
Okay.
That's why when you restore the health of a cell, the cancer cell literally you can replace it, and then you can grow a healthy cells again if you know how to restore the states, because the states
Okay.
are in a very hypoxic state, and what do you call this inflammatory state as well. So inflammations also enhance their ability to grow and all this. And then they also can evade immunity. So evade immune destructions, that is the main one. Usually in normal healthy adults and all this, over time your immune becomes not so strong. Doesn't mean that's
Okay.
weakened. But the problem with long COVID, remember we mentioned previously, it can cause so low immunity, it causes T cell exhaustion.
Yeah, you
Literally you
said,
run
yeah.
out of it. Some of it I think they measure up to 0 or something. It literally go all the way to 0 or something. Certain
Wow.
cell type. And then the natural killer cells, the special forces that kill cancer cells. Every time you talk
Yeah.
about immune stimulant, they're focusing on improving T cells and the natural killer cells. When you have this in checks, usually you don't get any tumors, any problems at all, because they will destroy before they even grow. But this immune evasion, that is the one that cause, and then in addition to the T cell exhaustion, it's causing a rapid kind of growth because it's unchecked literally. Means
Yep.
that your immunity is not checking. Remember, I talk about this TNF alpha, the alarm system, the surveillance are not working properly. So they will continue to create inflammations and causing to grow to become malignant faster.
Wow.
And this is where it becomes dangerous. When it becomes it grow to a certain stage, it can, in the process of it, it can gain the ability to metastasize. That is
Yeah.
how usually cancer kills someone. I think 90% cases are it metastasized to places that that can become dangerous, like your lungs, like your brains, liver, and the liver, it can becomes a lot of tumors growing there. The
Yeah, I was
difference
talking
is
to a man who's got liver
observation.
cancer today.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there's everybody has stories about this now. Everybody knows people who are
Anyone that
young
cancer,
people, old
they'll
people.
describe it. Yeah, they
Yeah,
know. And the difference is the aggressiveness, how fast it progress, and the amount of large tumors they are there.
yeah.
They are there. And then also the strange things also is they call multiple metastasis. It's hardly heard of. It's like usually metastasize into one place and then go to another place kind of thing. But this time, you can observe different metastases at the same time. You can go to bones or go to somewhere else, liver at the
Wow.
same time.
And that's rare?
So yes, you ask any surgeons and all this, they will tell you. I think this is in John Campbell. He may mention all the details of what is being
Yeah,
observed post-COVID one.
yeah.
So the difference between that and the cancer previously pre-COVID we observed. So I'm explaining this kind of the methods that the virus can cause to promote. That's why they call hallmark of cancer. These are hallmark of cancer that these viruses are actively involved in promoting.
Mm.
And when this the virus first thing is tumor, there needs to be, our body defense system is very intelligent. It's just that this not being recognized generally, but once I understand this later, I'll explain more, is that when you start to have tumor, the body knows how to encapsulate the tumor by itself.
Okay.
It was thought that this kind of mechanism, there's a specific name of it, it's quite technical name. It was thought that this kind of mechanism is to encapsulate the tumor so that they can grow, become invasive, which is true, and
Mm.
also cover them away from exposure to the immune cells because you cover them, right? And
Mhm.
they can become they can grow and then they become metastasized. But now they found out that the institute, that Rough Institute, the one that I'll mention later, they found out that those that doesn't have this kind of encapsulation, actually the mouse studies shows that they metastasize faster.
Wow.
They don't want to admit. Maybe it's just something they are not paying attention. Probably that's why I'll show you later some of the evidence and stuff.
Can I just see here? Hi, Gail. Gail works in neurosurgery. There is still so much happening to young people in regards to brain problems, inflammation in the spine too. Gail, why don't you talk to me privately? cafelockdown@gmail.com. We'll share. Even if you can't go public, we'd love to hear your stories. Yep.
Hmm.
Go ahead, Lee.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
So means that now once I understand this, means that if you can encapsulate the tumor in an early stage,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually prevent it from becoming deadly metastasized, provided your immune cell, the T cell, everything's working good. Because when you encapsulate it, you need to deal with it. It's not
Yes.
just isolate it. Because you can isolate, let it grow without being checked.
Yeah.
That's not good as well. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how later I'll explain the framework, the protocol later with that included.
Okay.
So this is very important concept. You understand that tumors spread by first breaking down the collagen-rich connective tissues that encapsulate it. It's a body natural defense. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to do it so that it doesn't metastasize like almost immediately or very fast kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it covers it. And then also it's well known. You ask those cancer doctors, all this, they know that the tumor before it spreads, it needs to gather those enzymes. We talk about MMPs, the one like a scissors. They can cut your fibrins and all this. They actually can dissolve, break down connective tissues. So those things that surrounds, they break down it so that they can spread. And the tumor tends to promote this kind of MMP9s and all this, which helps to break down this before they can grow bigger, and then they can. The encapsulation also slow down their growth because these are very hardened fibrotic tissues.
Hmm.
So understand the concept. It gives you a different perspective completely now. It's not meant for the tumor to be, that's why sometimes it can stay dormant for a while.
Yeah.
Because of the body immune system in dealing with it.
Yeah, I see. So the body's holding it back, but it's unable to kill it. So it's, I
But
see.
when I read it, not much article, anything talk about that. It always say that,
Wow.
this is something that it is not good. Like it says that it can cause it to grow and turn malignant, which is true if you don't deal with it.
Yeah.
It is true still, but it's the body defense mechanism. So once you understand that, then you
So it's a
understand how
two-part
important.
mechanism. One contains it, and then two kills it. So the containing's working, but the killing isn't.
There are still another part as well, because this cancer is a fast-growing, even now,
Yeah.
even faster. So that's why I need to even more precise when I develop these protocols into a more advanced one as well. I'm working on it as well, because it needs to be very effective and fast, and it need to come from many angles.
Yeah.
So that it is not just one way, And okay, now let me see. I didn't mention all of the. Okay, we focus today is more on the nutrition part of it. I think
Okay.
most people know, because if you can look at Dr. John Campbell, you can see all the slides, everything, explanation in terms of the invasive, all this. But I already explained there are so many ways the cancer can cause it to be blood invasive. But the most important part is your body ability to encapsulate it and then to hold it while your body does the job to clear it.
Yeah.
I think this is the best way in terms of early stage, or even for cancer prevention, even if your body has the ability.
Okay.
So now we want to talk about is the CSK nutritional framework. I call it contain, starve,
Contain.
and kill, or clear. They are both.
What did you call it again? Just contain?
CSK, contain, you starve it, and then you kill it.
CSK.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's a very
Love it.
interesting, it's like pharmaceutical, whatever. I thought of it.
Yeah. I love it.
But
CSK.
later when you develop this, you make it, refine it. This is going to be very potent stuff because of the concept, of the principle you understand about cancer.
Yeah.
So first, all this is to changing the tumor environment. When you change the environment, you give your body chance significantly to become more effective in clearing it, dealing with it. Yeah. And this first one we are talking about is the contain part. I call it encapsulate.
Encapsulate. Yep. Love it.
So you restore the reinforcing the ECM. It's called extracellular matrix. It's the scaffolding, the supporting pillars or scaffoldings that is supporting the cell, give the tissue structures.
Okay.
That stuff, it's require collagens and all this to make it up. So when you reinforce that, you are reinforcing the fibrotic capsules that is contained. You are containing the problems. So you are containing them. Then you at the same time you stabilize the terrain. You can see. So I'm slowly moving away from your favorable grounds to very hostile ground for you.
Okay.
So we reverse that, because at first it's very hostile. It's hypoxic, inflammatories, a lot of lactic acid produced. So the microenvironment is slightly acidic, which is true. Cancer cells in many cases they are quite acidic because they produce a lot of lactic acids.
Yeah.
So these are the favorable environment. So we want to calm the inflammation. We want to seal the endothelium also. The surrounding, let's say the tumor is near any surrounding cells or even blood vessels, that we want to improve the blood vessels health also, because the blood vessel health, if they can access the weight, that is the one going to cause them to grow faster.
Okay.
So that part also, but we talk about starving in that part area. But the thing is, we need to reinforce the endothelium. Means that reinforce the blood vessel that's been damaged by the long COVID. It's been shown those people, especially have long COVID symptoms, their blood vessels are quite damaged.
Wow.
That's why they have what they call atherosclerosis. in different areas of the body, right? That's damaged blood vessels become fibrotics even because of the damage. They need to be patched by your cholesterol.
Yeah.
To just to hold it so they don't bleed from the inside out. And then you want to, you see, that's why I like this kind of protocol. It deals with blood vessel issue also, like previously you mentioned. But this is also deal with the tumor that potentially, or if it's growing insidiously, it can deal with when you understand this. And then you restore the terrain, coherence of terrain.
Yeah.
And mitochondria, the cell repairs and all this will be something maybe later sometimes.
Yes.
But most important is the physical barrier that surrounds the tumor mass. It needs to have a strong encapsulation. That is the one that when it happens, then you reduce the likelihood of it able to spread, because it needs to take more effort to get the enzyme to break the fibrotic tissues. What if you can make the capsule faster than the things can break it down? That's just my thoughts. Means that you're not getting anywhere. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts. I want to make you not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
So
it's really
this is very
interesting.
interesting.
Okay, so that's slide 2.
Let me see. It means that we're going to jump all the way to, let's go through the whole protocol, slide 6 straight away, I think, because I'm going to explain all this, and then we go one by one if it's go to the single nutrient.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the one that I put together, so it contains Staph Q. So the first one we're talking about now, it's more anti-inflammatory and ECM integrity.
Yeah.
I mean, mitochondrial repair also help the cell to function better. By the way, the cancer cell doesn't have very dysfunctional or very few mitochondria. It's like zombie.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, isn't it?
It's the one that determines the cell as living, because it's the energy source of cell. The cancer cell has partial working, or sometimes doesn't even have it, like very serious, what they call the glioblastoma, the one, the brain, very aggressive brain tumor. It doesn't have proper functioning mitochondria at all in the brain for that kind of cancer cell. And if you repair that, also you can help, but might not be the priority. Okay, so the most important this contain protocol, based on Rough Institute, I'll show later, is they use they promote the formation of collagens, which most people know, vitamin C.
Yep.
Back to vitamin C again. Vitamin C with lysine and proline, these two amino acids are important to form the structure of the collagen that is very strong. And of course, you can get from supplements or you get from food. Citrus is a lot of vitamin C. You can look it up, a lot of stuff, vitamin C. If you want to get protein amino acid, it'll be bone broth. Easy. Yeah.
Broccoli. I had broccoli tonight. Kale, cabbage.
Yeah, broccoli, kale, cabbage. Not so much with vitamin C, but they are sulforaphane. They are more on anti-inflammatories, all this as well.
Yeah.
And the important
what is it about green tea? That's
green
so
tea.
Good.
Oh, green tea. Yes.
I know your dad's turning green because he drinks so much, but what is it about green tea?
Green tea, the more I see it, the more I realize that it's very potent stuff. Green tea. Let's pull up slide 2, since you mentioned green tea.
Slide 2?
Yeah.
Yep. Bear with me. Yep.
So this is what is about green tea. Anti-inflammatory, most people know. But not many people know that they are anti-proliferations, means that they cause the cancer cell to die halfway. Like, there's a cell cycle. Like every cell, there's a cell cycle to become a proper cell. So they cause an early arrest of the cell cycle. They induce apoptosis, promoting tumor proteins to downregulate it. And the most important is suppressing EMT process. I forgot to mention, before the tumor cell to be able to metastasize to spread, they also need to acquire a certain behavior. You can call it. So it's called EMT. It doesn't not any tumor has that ability. So they gain certain
so that's
ability.
why some are benign, some are malignant.
They gain certain ability.
Okay.
But the encapsulation is one of the reasons that they cannot gain the ability earlier. That's the thing.
Mm.
And the EMT process is called epithelial mesenchymal transition. So basically, the connective tissues surrounding it become loose. They're able to have the ability to be mobile.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this green tea, it also has ability to be anti-metastasis. So
Wow.
it stops it from being metastasized.
All right.
That's
Well,
what I
so-
like about things that have multiple effects.
Yeah.
See? So antioxidant, most people know about it. And suppressive VGEF, inhibiting migration. This
Yeah.
one also involve because they prevent the tumor angiogenesis, means that it stops the tumor from growing the blood vessels, so they cannot get more help. So you got helper today.
Well, yeah. Hey, you listening? You taking notes? Hmm?
Let me see.
Dog
So
sitting.
we talk about the EGCG. You want to bring back? I think we got more to talk, but this ECG is very potent. You can see so many
Oh,
pathways.
it's
you can do.
amazing about green tea. It's staggering.
But be careful if you're taking supplements. If you take too high dose, it literally can wreck your liver.
Okay.
That may require transplant. It's toxic if it's excessive in your liver, if your liver cannot process.
Okay.
Especially if your liver is not healthy and all this, you need to watch with the dose of the EGCG. We're not talking about that. If you drink green tea, matcha, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you're talking about supplements, it can be very high dose, and not necessarily high dose, sometimes high dose enough.
Oh, so you're talking
It
about
can
green
be
tea
toxic.
capsules, green tea capsules or something.
Mm.
So green tea's different.
Follow the instructions, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But don't go over, because some people, they are more vulnerable. Literally, you can have necrosis in the
Sardines.
liver.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll
So
write this down.
it's
Sardines, green tea.
it's a well-known recorded herbal serious side effects that is in Australia, in pathology, all this. You see that commonly because they think it's very safe, but it does cause stress on the liver.
Okay.
So sometimes with this one, usually if you do protocol of this one, you can take with NAC to improve
Yeah.
your glutathione to reduce the stress on the liver. So there are ways to get around this.
Okay.
But be very aware of it, because it can be very dangerous and deadly if it is
Yeah.
if it's not a proper dose. Just be aware. Now we talk about omega-3 fatty acids. You know about that, anti-inflammatories. The one that I didn't talk much, I realized I missed out, is the K2, vitamin K2 rich foods. They actually, vitamin K2 is the one that helps to support the calcium, bring the calcium, excess calcium, or your blood calcium into your bones.
Oh, okay.
If you take calcium supplements without having K2, some higher dose supplements, their research shows that you can get calcification of your arteries. I think Norwegian, I can't remember, some Northern European study shows that.
Yeah.
And the K2 also, because of that, K2 is beneficial to your blood vessels and cardiovascular health,
What
because
sort
it
of food
always
is
directs the
K2? Is
calcium.
that butter there?
Fermented food, I forgot to put it down there. Fermented foods with bacteria. The highest
Okay.
of all is called natto. What do you call
Natto
sticky, no, natto beans.
Natto
Yeah,
beans.
it's called natto. Natto kinase comes from that. That's why it's called natto kinase.
Okay.
And natto kinase actually dissolves the spike protein. Very good. The K2 actually is the vitamin K2. That is not the one that thins your blood. Not
Yeah.
that K2, but that's K1. The K2 is the one that supports your calcium regulations. So means
Okay.
that if you support calcium regulations, also it will also reduce it can repair the proper your arteries, right? So it can helps to provide a better ECM support, because when you repair your blood vessels, your cell with collagen properly without excess calcium causing problem, then you get a better structure.
Okay.
So vitamin K2, they are much more than that. I think I forget to put it in here. K2, it has some anti-cancer properties as well, all these. And the curcumin, quercetin, anti-inflammatories, and magnesium as well, just to helps to do normal physiological functions. I think to do with mitochondria as well, energy. But the one I want to mention is the thymoquinone, which is the black cumin seed oil. Can you pull up slide 5?
Sure. Bear with me.
Okay, so this is the one that in the early days I knew about it as well. It's a highly potent ingredient in the black cumin seed oil. It's called thymoquinone. It's one of the most studied ingredients to be anti-cancer, mostly in non-Western countries first. I think there are more
Okay.
and more now having research on it, but
Yeah.
because this is a herbal from, I think, from Middle East or somewhere,
Yeah.
so it's not something commonly used. If you black cumin seed, if you take Turkish bread, there's a black thing there. That's a black cumin seed
Okay.
oil.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that stuff. But of course, with anti-cancer, you gotta have a higher dose of that.
So thymoquinine, is that how you say it?
Thymoquinone, yeah, thymoquinone.
Thymoquinone.
Mm.
Yeah.
So let's go by one. First, it induces autophagy. We like that one because it
Yep.
causes the immune cells able to gobble up the cancer cell.
Yep.
Induces apoptosis. It causes cancer cell death. It suppresses the EMT process, so it inhibits again cancer migration invasion. See, if you have multiple nutrients do the same job, it's gonna do different job. Most likely, it's
Yeah.
gonna do
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
job. What I mean, yeah. And then it also prevents cancer formation because it also has antioxidants. It's a very unique ingredient. You see, you can have antioxidant at the same time can pro-oxidant
Yep.
to cause apoptosis in cancer cells. Antioxidant for healthy cells. You can see why they say that there are a lot of good results with cancer. If you look it up, a lot of research done on thymoquinone itself. Yeah. So this is my favorite actually. So let me go back to the slide 6 again.
Yep.
So we're talking about now.
Hold on. Yep.
So the second process is very important also. It's called you starve it. In fact, it's
Starving it.
one of the, especially if you got diagnosed already and it's aggressive, the second one is the most important to be focusing on first. Because if you look it up, first thing you want to starve off the fuel, the food source, which is glucose. I think almost everyone knows about sugar feeds cancer now.
Yeah.
So the glucose itself, if you really can starve it, you switch your body to using ketones, which is another fuel molecule, fat, what is part of the fatty acids metabolism, that you can use it for your brains even. Your brain is the one of the highest consumption of your glucose.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why if you have brain tumor, it grows very fast because it consumes lots of glucose, lots of it.
Yeah. I see. Yep.
Yeah. So if you cut this part, by the way, this one also works for dogs.
Dogs.
The keto diet, what I'm talking about. So basically, maybe next one I will talk about very detailed about the keto diet, do it properly because this
Sure.
benefits everyone.
All right.
But
So next week,
not today.
next
The
time,
next
just
one,
let them
yeah,
know. Keto
probably
diet next
more on
fortnight.
keto diet in a proper way,
Yeah.
and in the cancer context also.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that you can understand. The idea is you want to have low glucose, and then the fuel comes from fat, and then you have nutrients to fix your cell. But the most
Yeah.
important is when you cut off this fuel supply, you literally starve it.
Yeah.
So you halt the aggressive growth straight away. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can't get any food. You cannot grow without any food source, fuel source.
Yes.
That is
Yes,
just
I
very
see.
simple concept. So
Yeah.
the ketogenic type of diet that is introduced causing nutritional ketosis with evidence of ketones in your blood, that's the one that's gonna really what do you call, can't say even paralyze the tumors. But you need to do it correctly though. It depends on the stage and all this. But that
Yeah.
concept is very important. You can do it safely.
Yeah.
You always on a better way, definitely.
Yeah.
And what was the professor's name? I can't think of. Thomas Seyfried. I can't spell his name, but he is the professor of microbiologist they understand very well about cell and cancer, and they have protocols for all this, even for dealing with cancer. But they use different. But one of the strongest one they use is ketogenic. They must have that, and it works very well even on dogs. Like I say, the tumor just
Okay.
shrinks
That's amazing.
by that alone. But you're talking about we're using CSK.
Yeah.
It's very different. And the food we're talking about mostly are fat that is that can be processed by body. You might need certain enzyme more to support more fat consumption. You do it progressively. You don't do it straight away, of course.
Yes.
And the idea is you find as quick as possible to lower your blood glucose as much as possible, and then you use your fat or your what do you call the fat, healthy fats basically. So berberine is one of it that I like to use even people with diabetes if they want to really control their blood sugar. It helps to regulate a blood sugar faster. So when you are in the initial stage, usually when you do this keto diet, you don't do it straight away. Maybe you need some time to adjust. Then the berberine will comes in to helps you to lower blood sugar, because it does help to lower blood sugar. Just be careful, can be excessive sometimes, and then you might be dizzy and all this because low blood sugar. So this you need some strategies to do that as well. But we're not talking about that, but get an understanding of it. Then when we talk about it later, then we'll know better how to do it properly.
Yeah.
So the starving is very simple. You just starving from carb glucose, and then you can look it up what is the best way to do it, and then you halt it very fast. And then once you initiate that, you can, because when you start to use the immune and all this to boost your immunity, the thing is, if cancer cell has so many ways to resist, build immunity or resistance and fuel supply, you usually are at the disadvantage. So it's like, I like to look at how Romans, if you look at the history of war, why Romans can conquer so much of the world. One thing they're very good at is they are very good at encircle a city and literally starve it to death.
Besieging.
Literally. And that's what I learned from. That's what get inspiration from, literally.
Yeah, the Romans.
And they are brutal. They are so brutal. The Romans,
man.
they will have competition among their ranks. They say that who build the fastest of your walls to surround the city of the section, you get medal or get something. So guess what? They will do it even faster.
Yeah.
And when it surrounds it, I don't have to fight you first. I wait for a while, and then see that when you're weak or show sign or surrender, whatever, then I'll go in for the kill. The same way as this kind of mechanism, that I'm not so focused in the first place, especially if they already developed cancer. You don't want to, you not necessarily need to. First thing, most of this, if you have long COVID symptom even, you already weak. Your T cell is exhausted, all this, your natural killer cell maybe it's not working properly even. So even you boost it, it doesn't work. Now you can see why sometimes take medicinal mushrooms and all this might not work, because you don't have the building blocks, or your immune's already in a very bad shape.
Yeah.
So that's why when you starve during the you starve, you also introduce a lot of nutrient dense that helps to build your immunity. I didn't
What
put
is
it here.
nutrient dense fat though? What is that, like avocado or?
My nutrient dense is when you take those kind of food, it can literally become part of your functional food diet. It means that it has the function to do a certain specific role to your body.
Okay.
Example, nutrient dense I call is if you can get, is black cumin seed oil,
Black cumin seed oil. Okay.
maybe more also matcha. Matcha is more dense than the green tea, because green tea has been brewed over matcha. I think it's less brewed, or it's in a more virgin state, I think, matcha.
Okay.
So that's why EG, CG are more concentrated, literally.
Okay.
And then like blueberries, also anthocyanins, they are a lot of very potent stuff. So this is how I define. It must have a functional roles in helping your body to deal with certain disease states, problems.
Yeah, sure.
So this is how I define it.
Yeah.
And when you start to talk about killing, then you're talking about the green tea and matcha and all this. In particularly, if you use together with quercetin. See, now we talk about synergy now. Okay,
Yeah.
let's look it up. Just if you use, we talk about ECGC just now. Look up slide 3.
Slide 3. Yep.
These are very interesting.
Quercetin.
Quercetin, we talk a lot about it. It does have
Yeah.
effect on tumor cells, literally. You see, you got so many effect on all sorts of tumor cells,
Pancreatic
different
cancer.
areas.
Wow, pancreatic cancer. I thought no one would. Lung
Yes,
cancer.
yes. Pancreatic
Leukemia.
cancer, by the way, thymoquinone is very potent if you get the right dose in. They do a
Breast
research. They
cancer.
do have existing
Oral
research
cancer.
on that. Yeah.
Colon cancer.
Mm.
Ovarian
And you
cancer.
can see the mechanism at the bottom. All of it that we just talked about, the virus that caused the problem, they can reverse all this.
So that's bone cancer up the top.
This is,
Yep.
yeah, osteosarcoma. Yeah. Bone cancer is one of the
Differentiation,
hardest to deal
proliferation.
because it's hard to reach.
Look what it does. It stops drug resistance, stops angiogenesis, metatype.
There's a lot of that's why this is very encouraging because of synergy. I learned about synergy.
Yeah.
Okay, look it up. Slide 4 now.
Slide 4. Yep.
Synergy means you get tremendous additional benefit effect when you put two together. So this is a synergy one. You can see that ECG, EGCG, and quercetin even for breast cancer, it helps significantly. I mean, by itself, EGCG has shown to help with breast cancer by itself even. But if you synchronize with quercetin, it can increase the cell cycle arrest even, you see, the apoptosis. So you cause it to die and then you stop it from being metastasized.
Yeah.
Colorectal cancer among young people is very common now.
Yeah.
So
I've
you
heard
can
that.
see that one. And liver cancer, you see, the synergistic part, you see, the both active ingredients has been effective in halting malignant transformation process.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that now. So it's a synergistic that is the one that you want to able to do when you have the knowledge. It's going to be game changing.
Yeah.
So, okay, if you can bring it back there, see where you are now.
Wait, you want to go back to 6 or which?
Yeah, six first. I
6,
want to
yep.
see whether it finishes because we're going to go. Okay, so EGCG and quercetin, that's why I put it. They are highly effective. I'll show later as well. The thymoquinone, the one I mentioned, is very, very effective as well. And then you're talking about the medicinal mushroom. I would say medicinal mushroom, I don't want to put so high because of it might not have, you need to have ability to restore certain nutrition before you boost your natural killer cells and all this. These
Well,
are
we have a mushroom expert now in Victoria.
beautiful.
Yeah, he's in jail for killing a family.
Oh, you mean that one?
Yeah.
Don't go and forage and all this because you don't know which one is edible or not. That's one thing also. But we're talking about medicinal mushrooms. You look it up. The beta glucan is what they call the polypeptides, has ability to stimulate your natural killer cells and all this. Usually, when you want to do this stimulation, you means that you are arming your special forces people now.
Yeah, I get it.
You are first thing you need to hire them first though. You need to get them back to work first. You don't give them the guns and all the advanced weapons if they don't even able to work or they are not there.
Yeah. So basically, you're saying you contain it with these things, and then you send in the killers,
starve them,
and
and then they are weak.
and this
Then
is
you
giving
restore the nutrients.
this is giving your T cells more weapons.
Be aware that you see cancer cell use your body nutrients, by the way.
Okay.
I forget to mention that part. So that's why it's important to contain it so that they are separate of it, and then you starve it so that they can less ability to use the energy to use your nutrients. Because that's why they say that when you do chemo, all this, you don't want to use antioxidant and all this, because if you use glutathione, NAC, they can use that also.
Yeah.
To counter your chemo. That's why it can fail because of that reason. Because cancer cell is like any cell, they can still use any of the nutrients. That's why it's not the priority first. That's why you don't want to focus so much on this antioxidant, all this stuff. But when you starve it, it's a different thing. Once you starve it, you have ability to. They have less ability to they have less movement, less ability to function properly because they are in a disadvantaged state. They are at the back pedal in a way.
Yeah.
You put them at the back pedal, so they are not advantaged at all. So that's when you can have some of the nutrients, but not necessarily you need to have a lot of nutrients and all this. That's the thing. It's not that focused yet.
Yeah.
Because the body has ability to use it properly without having excess of it. So it's never is my focus first.
Yeah.
So and then you have the autophagy. We'll talk about more when you talk about the diet part, autophagy, in terms of what do you call this, using a ketogenic diet. Autophagy is the main one. When you use the diet, it will activate it. And then only zinc, selenium, immune support, and all this. And melatonin, I did one I got later. Melatonin, let me read melatonin. I read down something. Melatonin is actually, they have studied to have anti-cancer effect in a higher dose.
Really?
But I don't want to mention. It's a quite high dose. But let me see. This melatonin, it has antioxidant, anti-inflammatories. That one most doctors, I think, previously, I think we talked about that. Pro-apoptotic. So it can cause cancer cell to die. It can have anti-proliferative effect. It can have an anti-angiogenic effect. It can modulate immune system. It has multifunctional roles. In fact, I think I did mention some studies. If you do a lot of night shifts, there are slight increased risk of cancer.
Yes. Okay, I've heard that.
You look it up, but I don't know exactly what's the risk, but it might explain because of the melatonin issues.
Okay.
So this is the one that everyone can improve. You know how to get better sleep, like I mentioned last time. You have a better brain anyway.
Yeah.
And more important is you'll heal better. If you have better sleep, your body naturally heal better.
Yeah.
Can do the job better. And then the sulforaphane, you talk about the broccolis and all this, it has senolytic effect, means that it can, some cells, they can turn senescent, and then they can become like zombie cells.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
So that also can cause your healing to slow down. In fact, that is one of the hallmark of aging. So the sulforaphane can help with that, so that your cell mutate lesser, probably.
Yeah.
And you have less of the senescent cell, so your healthy cells can grow. So it's part of the clearing of the debris and renewing the cells part.
Yeah.
Then finally, it's not my priority unless I know there's existing toxin and all this. Seaweed or spirulina, chlorella, that helps to bind toxin. Spirulina not necessary, but it support the process of detoxification. But cholera directly bind toxins. So it's if it's toxin related, heavy metal related, that stress the body more, you can do that. It's not something priority. Yeah. So we're going to see the amazing thing why this kind of nutrients help. Can you bring up slide 7?
Yep.
This is the one that really amazed me when I learned about this. This is from Ralph Institute when they did the study called micro synergies, nutrient synergy. They do studies on mouse, nutrient synergies to deal with tumors growth.
Yeah.
That's when I learned about why synergy is so important. And the foundation of their nutrients is always vitamin C. Vitamin C, let me see where it says there. You can see that the left is the control, the right is the one with nutrient synergy.
Okay. It's amazing. Breast cancer by 80%. That's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
80%. Yeah, they say that actually breast cancer is easiest to deal with micronutrients, with the proper nutrients.
That's incredible.
It's the easiest.
Yeah.
Let me have a look and see if I can bring this one up. And the main ingredients is the vitamin C with proline and lysine, because this build the encapsulation. So when you have encapsulation, they don't have ability to grow so fast. And then they have EGCG in there, the one we talk about, and they have quercetin in there also. Now you can see why they are effective. Let me bring this one up. And then you can see that the other one. So this impair the tumor growth. Okay.
Yes.
So I can bring this one bigger up. And the slide 8, if you can bring it up.
Slide 8. Yep. Whoops.
This is the evidence. So they actually the micronutrient also can inhibit metastasis.
Wow.
Blood to lungs, 86% by
Spleen.
yeah, and then spleen, and then even testicle to lungs. And this is
Wow.
just by micronutrients, no
Micronutrient.
fancy stuff. We are not talking about CSK yet. This is just
Yeah.
micronutrients, the one that I incorporate because I know it works. That's why all of the micronutrients actually, the basic one I just talked today, but they are actually more. But we're not talking about dealing with cancer at this moment, more on
Yeah.
the terrain. Yeah. But there'll
Yeah.
be a different one when you talk about dealing with the cancer directly. You got to be more aggressive to deal with it
Yeah.
as well. So I just emphasize the main ingredients are the vitamin C, proline, lysine, EGCG, quercetin. They say that if you taken together, the ECGC become more potent, the quercetin, which shown in the studies as well. I just showed this out. So this is the main one that they found out that it produce this kind of effect on top of some other smaller micronutrients, but these are the
Yeah.
main one. So I think we can. I will put more slides in my Patreon to put this one through.
Yep. And the
But
Patreon is in the
this is
show
just
notes, guys.
yeah. This
Yep.
is just the introduction because there are quite a lot of information there as well.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go detail of it because that alone it will create difference. It definitely creates a lot of resistance if you're currently also have some kind of concern. Yeah.
That's right, Ali. I believe I agree with you. Yeah, so there's Lee's Patreon was just up there, and if you want to go there for even more detail about these things, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So at the end is the protocol, the framework I use is called CSK, contain, starve, kill. If you understand the principle of how to do it to tumor cells,
Sounds like an action movie, sci-fi. Contain.
yeah, maybe
Starve,
that's
kill.
why I say the CSK is so cool. I say where it comes from, I don't know. So you
Should make a little
it's,
cancer-killing superhero called Contain. Starve,
yeah,
kill.
it's going to be more and more lethal because, like I say,
Yeah.
I have this 50 pages of things I haven't even finished reading yet. I'm
Wow.
clearing it out. It more regards to also helping, like let's say if you need to go chemotherapy, the types of therapies and all this, that
Yeah.
what can you do to support. There'll be a timing issues, there'll be nutrient timing that's different because not one size fits all, unfortunately, with
No.
cancer.
And
And
chemotherapy is brutal.
mm,
Everyone I know who's
mm,
been through it, it's a brutal treatment.
it,
Yeah.
it does have benefits, and always the measurement is between the risk versus benefits and how well you restore the terrain after any types of therapies. If you're
Okay.
able to restore that, then the chemo, whatever therapy they put on, chances are will not kill you,
Yeah.
will give you better outcome even. And
Yeah.
I
Okay.
start
Great.
to respect things that does work, but without proper support, unfortunately, collateral damage usually it's very detrimental.
Okay.
That is, I think, most people agree of it. Even the one that they do, they just say that there's no other way, right?
Yeah.
So now we want to show is there is a better way using the
Yeah.
CSK understanding of this principle, even
Yeah.
when you need to deal with chemo and all this. Very simple principle is if you need to do the chemo, all this, you can do your other protocols outside the time frame. That is the simplest way, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to maximize that, then you might need to find the windows, maybe put a lesser time of window. But the foundation is, regardless the ketogenic diet, if you can generate ketosis, it is always deadly to the tumor.
Go ahead,
And
Nathan.
it is, if you do it safely, it's always beneficial. That's
Yeah.
for sure, I can tell. So that's why in the next one, I want to go more detail about that because everyone can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What you're showing is how incredible the body is.
Looks simple, right? Like
It's simple, but
micronutrients of
people
this,
so
everyone has
underestimate
it.
it. You know, if it's given the right resources, it's such an effective self-healing organism. It's incredible. You know,
Exactly.
so
And these are the stuff
we
we
could
can
have
get it with our
our
hands.
bodies healing cancers we didn't even know we had them, and the body's just getting rid of them all the time. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, incredible.
It's the soil issue. Once you fix the soil, it will flourish. There'll be no weeds even.
That's awesome. Once you fix the soil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did did oh
Hang on.
uh
Okay, you're back.
so Deborah just wants to g'day Deborah. Deb wants to give you thing. And is Say Fried also uses Don. It's a drug that stops using glutamine sugar that's created by your liver. G'day, Jason.
Oh, yeah. That is interesting one. Yeah. The glutamine especially is the brain tumor. It use glutamine also. That's why you got to be more specific if you need to deal with the glioblastoma. You need to limit your glutamine also. Yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
can't explain everything, but that was a good one. Yeah.
Here's Albert. G'day, Albert. I suffered from cancer. I was really scared of surgery, but happily for me, I was directed to a herbalist, SCBG. I don't know what that means. He used his herbal medicine for cancer to cure me totally. I'm glad to tell everyone I had not one single sign of cancer after my last test. I've gone for my test 5 times now and still no sign. I'm happy to come in contact with this great man. He cures the following diseases. I'll send us a link to cafelockdown@gmail.com, Albert, and maybe we'll reach out to him.
Yeah. Good idea. Yeah.
Melatonin is good for gut repair. This is
Yep.
Jan. Amazing how much knowledge he has as a pharmacist. I know. 2 brains, Jan, 2 brains. Professor Brighthope. Yeah, Professor Brighthope loves using intravenous vitamin C for cancer.
High dose vitamin C intravenous is pro-oxidant. Yeah.
Ali is taking lion's mane. Is lion's mane a mushroom?
It's a lime mint. Yeah. It's a like white dish, quite a big cauliflower.
It's made
kind
a
of thing.
huge difference to her brain fog, and she's also currently able to pull down a zebra all by herself. The only lingering physical issue I'm having is raised inflammation. So a couple of weeks of testing, I've got all clear, no cancer present. Oh, Ali, that is fantastic, Ali. That's fantastic news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. Wow. And you haven't even finished reading the documentation. This is all what you got from it.
Yeah, it's just part of it. But the understanding the fundamentals, I'm trying to keep it simple because these are new things for most people.
Yeah.
You know, but the concept, if you understand about how to build collagens, vitamin C is involved. Simple things.
Are you seeing more cancer now in your practice? People coming in?
Actually, all the time.
Oh,
More.
really?
And people passing away. Yeah.
And passing away. Oh.
Yeah. With the
And
drugs
all
that
ages?
you write up, all ages, young as well.
Young.
Very young as well. When you start to dispense things that helps to clear their what they call I don't know the long name, start to clear their mucus in their lungs so they can breathe better. Usually it's an end stage cancer. Because I have one friend experienced that before by her side until she passed end stage cancer.
Can you say that again? Because we froze up for a second there.
So it's glycopyrronium, I think. Yeah, I can't remember exactly long. I think there's injections that helps to makes the lung clear the mucus better, so you can breathe better in their last stage.
Yeah.
So that's how we tell someone is about to. Yeah.
Wow. Must be a huge thing to be a young person. You know, you're thinking, how am I going to get a house? How am I going to meet someone to fall in love with? How am I going, I'm going to start a family. What's my career? And suddenly at a young age, you've got cancer. You know, thinking, ugh. You know.
So don't take it lightly. This what we learned today, because I have to take it myself also because I don't know. So I need to be proactive as well.
Yeah. Can I see? How about fasting though? When you say starve, does fasting help with the starving, or is it better to actually eat something and just not eat the sugar?
Starving, in terms of if you have cancer, it depends on the stages of it as well. And if it starts to cause muscle wasting and all this, can be dangerous to your body.
Yeah.
Your kidney, because when the muscle wasting means that your proteins in your body starts to break down, and from the muscles.
Yes.
And certain fasting or certain conditions, it triggers that, and then it just clog up the kidneys and all this. It can cause kidney failure and all this. So muscle wasting and all this is a real danger. That's why, when you're talking about cancer, different stages, different conditions, it's very wide. So you want to be very careful with what can be done, what not be done. And a lot of people, they are very intentional, want to be good, help, but this kind of concept, the context you need to understand. So I find difficult to find what is the exact way. That's why I try to go to the most fundamental, which is knowing how cancer is cell developed, regardless of where is it. So fasting definitely can help, but I would say
Also,
that
I think you have to take in when people hear they've got cancer, it really puts the fear of God into them. Suddenly they're trying to make decisions about what to do while they're incredibly frightened.
that's why you need support also, so people to
Yeah.
make sense of it and help them to make the right decision, to get the right support in the process. But
Yeah.
with this knowledge itself, I tell you, if you really know how to use the CSK in a very aggressive way, I don't think you can. If it's not last stage cancer, assuming, usually
Yeah.
you should able to deal with it. But there
Yeah.
are many ways. You see, hyperbaric oxygen. The concept of it, hyperbaric oxygen, let's say example, is to pump a lot of oxygen in the body, your whole body, because you are in a high pressure state. So force the cancer to feed those oxygen, high oxygen, they die, apoptosis. So one of the things is different. There are a lot of other things you can put together. So if you know how to bring all this together in an aggressive way, the same way that they're doing, then you have much higher chances.
Yeah.
So this is one example as well. So fasting, when you are in a state of malnourished, fasting might put a backpedal in terms of your body healing process. More intelligently, I would say you do nutritional ketosis in a progressive manner so that your blood sugar doesn't spike. But overnight, immediately when you start doing it, you will see some improvement because you literally starve them.
Yeah.
Slowly, and then just shift towards that. And then when the ketone starts to pops out in your blood more, that's when it starts the killing process. It literally, this Thomas Seyfried said that it just killed them straight away. It's just like, you want papers? No, I give you papers. Because he's a professor, so he got all the evidence and everything. And he's saying that cancer is a metabolic disease. Look it up. Understanding that also important. He said that you can look at all the genetic codes and everything, the genes and this changing and that changing. That's why you're not getting anywhere, because you just fix one receptor, this and that, they just mutate. Same as your virus thing. But if you starve them, how you mutate? Mutate to eat something else?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that fast advanced. That one takes much longer probably.
So
but that's why they will die before they mutate.
So cancer eats what it eats. It can't suddenly turn around and become and start eating on fat. It basically what it eats. Yeah, okay. I get it.
It needs glucose, literally.
Yes.
It ferments with glucose.
Yeah.
This Warburg effect. That's what Warburg there was a very famous, it's talk about the process of it. That's why you look at Thomas Seyfried. I think that guy just mentioned, I think his spelling is correct.
What about Jason wants to know, what about BHB?
Oh,
we don't know what it is.
I tell you, BHT and MCT is another killing things that you can include in your protocol. I tell you, I'm trying to work on, because I'm pharmacist, I know pharmacokinetics, means that what is the, I am even I told you before, right, Michael, like I calculate even, when you take drugs, you can know how much drugs in the body, and then it wears down all this. It's like a curve. So if you have all this BHB or your MCT oil, these are, by the way, they are fatty acids. BHB is the ketones, literally. I think there's ketone, one of the ketones. There are different types, but these are the stuff that literally helps to build the blood faster when you are in a ketosis stage. It helps to maintain, or it can help to reach ketosis faster. Oh, it's going to be good when they talk about this, the next one. But these are the, now remember, you see, I do so many things, sometimes I forget about certain things. These are the things that are highly potent in terms of starving the cancer by using all this, like BHB, MCT. MCT oil is a medium chain triglyceride that you can have into your cell directly for direct energy straight away, and the cancer cell cannot participate in it.
Yeah.
So you can see where I'm going.
Yeah, so Carrie here says, Kerry says, a high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, is 5 times glycemic index than sugar. it's in everything now. Have you heard of that, Lee?
The actually fructose itself, it doesn't raise your blood sugar. Do you know that?
Oh,
But let me finish the but first. The fructose literally is processed only by a liver. So if you have excess of it, which is very easy to overload the liver, you literally cause the fructose to all the excess fructose to turn into fat. If you have fructose, you get fatty liver the fastest.
okay.
That's where you get American, the high fructose corn syrup of
Yeah, they're all the big
obesity
guys they
pandemic.
are. Yeah.
What was the name? Robert Lustig. Look it up. Robert Lustig. He is the pediatrician endocrinologist. You're
Okay.
very hard to hear pediatrician endocrinologist. You are two specialists in one person.
Wow.
And he talks about the sugar, the bitter truth, and all this. And he explained a lot about fructose is as of alcohol. It's a hepatotoxin.
Yeah.
Let's get the definition correctly.
Okay.
That's why it's causing a lot of liver issues. The glycemic index, I don't think, maltodextrin maybe, they are different thing because they are sugar. The high fructose, the fruit sugar itself doesn't raise. That's why they say it's good. That's what they claim, because it doesn't raise blood sugar. Yes, you feel sweet, doesn't raise sugar. First thing, you eat more when you see sweet
Thanks,
stuff.
Jason.
And then the more important, the second one is you cause fatty liver. Look it up. This is established biology,
Okay.
physiology. Beta hydroxybutyrate. Yeah, that's the one. I forgot to mention the full name.
Yeah. Lorando. What a great name, Lorando. There's wow.
It's gonna be good next one. Now you just inspire me to, because this thing can be done. That's the thing. It's not specialized something or whatever. You done it properly, you're gonna be deal with it very deadly, because you're literally gonna be very aggressive.
Yeah.
In a proper way. And by the way, now they see more breast cancer in terms of triple negative one. Means that highly resistant. It is not sensitive to her receptors, estrogen or progesterone. What drug you want to use to treat?
Okay.
Main contributor is because of the one that we just saw. So many mechanisms, it can mutate and change.
Yeah.
But like I say, whether you triple negative, half negative, whatever, if I starve you, I still starve you.
Yes. Yeah.
You need to know the concept.
Yeah.
So if I starve you, no matter cancer, A, B, C, D, whatever, you still no food.
Yeah. Just starve it out of existence. Yeah.
Yes, and then you kill it.
Yeah.
Then your immune, strengthen the immune with your all these nutrients, nutrient-dense functional foods, and then you add on to your immune booster and all these immune modulators, like you call their medicinal mushrooms, then you'll be highly effective.
Yeah. So
you see the process of it when you introduce and all this, it matters also.
Yeah. So it's a contain, starve, kill. KSK.
Now you can see the most important is contain first.
CSK.
I mean, if you can. Usually it's early stage though.
Thanks, Gail.
Yeah.
Gail's congratulating you on your excellent information tonight. Yeah, it's been great, Lee. It's been great. Anybody have any other questions? G'day, Stefan. How you doing, man? Say hi to your partner. There's
if you're strong, fasting, but not necessarily.
But only if you're up for it. So if you're not up for if you're not strong,
But understanding ketosis, it actually
I can see you as an Amish
smoother
person.
transition.
I can. I know you can't, but I can. There's yeah. I'll just see if there's any more. Oh, let's see. Did Cal put up anything here? Oh, here's a question. So you mainly starve the cancer by cutting out sugar, is that right? So sugar, glucose is the main
To be specific,
food.
glucose.
Glucose.
To be specific, is glucose.
Yeah.
And you use alternative energy by using fuel fat. If you use MCT straight away, that is your fat, there's fatty acid, there's medium chain that can use for energy directly, immediately, which cancer cell cannot use at all.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anything else, my brother?
I think that's all for today.
Amazing.
We will go to more practical stuff as well, the next one. But green tea.
So what you want to do next time? You're going to concentrate on the keto diet? And
since we talk about it, right? And then like GHP and all this. And these are all very practical solutions. So
Yeah,
let's
which is
get it
good.
out so that people will know straight away what they can do,
Yeah,
whether they are on chemo or not. The foundational, it still can work to a certain degree,
yeah,
but we might talk about the context, maybe another one as well, because
yeah.
there's another totally different. There's timing involved. There's a synergy involved. There are contraindication involved. So it takes
I actually one
an
question here before we
explanation.
go, and I'm going to put all those slides up on the Substack tonight, so you need to see the slides. Hey, Kerry,
Glycemic,
actually, please
yeah,
explain what the glycemic index means, Lee. I think.
glycemic index. Glycemia means sugar, glucose. Sorry, glucose. So glycemic index means how fast the sugar being released into your blood.
Mm,
So if you have high glycemic index food, means that it spikes your insulin, your blood
thanks,
sugar very
Shannon.
fast.
Yeah.
So that one will feed the tumor cancer easily.
Okay.
So if you, let's say, if you're doing transition, you take something that's lower glycemic, that is a transition that you improve yourself. So they give you more energy and not so much excess of it that can snatch up by cancer cell. By the way, tumor cell has far ability to steal your, it can steal a affinity to uptake your glucose faster because they got more glucose transport. They got more of it to transport into the cell. So you can see that why the stuff they can take more than you can provide. I mean, like they can take more. That's why you become weak and all this over time as well with cancer.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah.
Okay, great podcast. Thanks, Valerie. Yeah, Lee's amazing. Spread the word, people. It's amazing what we're getting here. It's incredible. It really is.
MCT you can get in caps. You can put it in capsule yourself. But MCT is easily found in Coles or Woolies. It's just a
Okay.
coconut oil.
Yeah.
It's a medium chain type. Just look it up. Maybe you can get it, but if you cannot tolerate it, you can just take with food. It's easier.
Yeah.
Just small teaspoon over time. If you take it too high dose like me, you sometimes morning if I take too high dose, I can get tummy upset, like because it cause your body to produce acid to to start digestions because it's fat.
Yeah.
Anything that's fat usually will trigger digestions.
On you, Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Okay, we're going to go out with a song that we wrote day before yesterday, I think, or finished. What's good news is Emily from Emily James Trio really likes the song, and she might actually put a human voice to it. So very excited by that. But the song is called "The Ballad of the Farmer's Wife," and we were in Bright, I think, when Kay Reid told us about the story, and other people in the town. Everybody knew about this story. The woman didn't want to talk, so it's based on a true story. And I said it in Castlemaine just to sort of protect the woman's identity if anyone can find it. But it's based on a true story, and it's been doing very well. So it's been very lovely that it's got up. But it'd be amazing to hear a human singing it, even though AI does a great job. But Lee, you're a gift, brother. You are a gift to us. And I don't know what you're talking about, Di, but yeah. But yeah. So take care, Lee. Stay in the thing. I'll have a quick chat to you before you go, and then we'll go from there. So here's the song, guys. It goes about 5 minutes, and I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be back on with Robin, and we're going to talk about the 40-hour marathon, which we'll be doing. I'll talk to you about that, Lee, too. You've got to be a part of that and introduce you to the world, man. So go from there. So that's coming up too. So that'll be 8 o'clock tomorrow with Robin. Before then, this is the song The Ballad of the Farmer's Wife. So get your tissues out. It's a bit of a tearjerker. See you, Lee. Where am I? Here we are. Good night, guys.
We were farmers near Castlemaine when COVID came and shut our whole town down. And as the kids and I hid at home, my husband risked it all by working to keep our little farm alive, whilst I did everything that the government told me to. and I made sure that my kids followed suit. I'd always thought that the end of it all would be another war, and not me and my grown kids sitting here and watching the TV, and not me and my kids watching TV. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. As the barley rolls and dances with the wind. But then the vaccines arrived to save us all, so we lined up and rolled up our sleeves. We lined up and rolled up our sleeves, gratefully, 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 gratefully. On a Monday night, my daughter suddenly died when a blood clot burst inside her lungs. Then a few weeks later, my husband found my son on our kitchen floor. We found our son dead on our kitchen floor. We buried our beautiful kids with all of their unrealized dreams. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. As the barley rolls and dances with the wind. And everyone knew what had happened, but no one would say. Together they were all as silent as the moon. And then COVID moved on, just like the flu. The only difference is that I was now alone. For my husband is gone now too. Our doctor told me that his heart that was so strong, it had seen him build this farm, had just suddenly given way. Had just suddenly given way. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. As the barley rolls and dances with the wind. So now I'm selling the farm, I mean, what else can I do? The fences need repairing and the harvest is long overdue. Plus I know the bank will come knocking soon. I know the bank will come knocking soon. And outside the windows, the wheat continues to grow as the barley rolls and dances with the wind.